Good evening, my name is Anthony Gatto, and I'm a proud product of public schools. Growing up in Los Angeles, I lived the achievement gap. I remember having to wake up at 4:30 in the morning so that way my parents could take me to schools in a more affluent area so that way I could receive a better education. In contrast, I went to a Title I high school on the border of Compton and Long Beach, and that's where I saw the difference that money can make in an education. I'm running because I'm a young man that feels called to serve. I believe that I have the energy, the drive, and the knowledge to sit on that board. I have a list of policy suggestions on the ways that we can improve our district. All of these suggestions have come from my work in this district the past few years and from the community members that make it up. I am committed to listening to students, parents, and teachers because that's the candidate that I believe that I would want to elect on the school board. And that's who I hope to become in these next few days, I suppose, until the election. Thank you. My top 3 priorities have come from the priorities of some of the parents I've been talking to. So first, we need higher supports and services for our students and teachers. We need to ensure that teachers have the tools they need to get the job done. And at the same time, we need to provide the right interventions for students to make sure that they're not falling behind, but that they're pushing ahead. Second, we need to improve our community engagement and outreach. Parents and community members need to know what's going on and when it's going on so that we can do our part to ensuring all of our students succeed. And finally, we need to ensure that all of our students are college and career ready. You know, just teaching them English, math, and science, that's not enough anymore. We need to ensure that we're giving them the right life skills that they need to ensure that they're successful and productive adults in today's world. So those are the top 3 priorities. Services and supports for students and teachers, improving community engagement and outreach, and ensuring that all of our students are college and career ready. Thank you. I believe a good representative knows the system and knows the people. As for the system, for the past few years, I've attended almost every school board meeting. I even attended school board meetings outside of the district just to compare what other districts are doing to what we're doing here. Likewise, I've attended school site council meetings at multiple school sites within and without our district. I was a part of the process that led to the district's positive school climate resolution, and I worked with the district on the campaign to retain and train high-quality teachers. As for knowing the people, I've been very active in the community. I partner with many organizations and community members on many different projects, such as the Rice Center, Healthy Richmond, Safe Return Project, and right now I'm currently working with Contra Costa College. For those of you who remember March for Our Lives, I was one of the main organizers. With the nonprofit organization that I started at the age of 20 years old, I now work, starting this year, we'll be at 5 different high schools: Richmond High, LPS, De Anza, Middle College, and Kennedy High School. So I've been very involved, and I want to take these skills with me to the school board. To echo what Ms. Block was saying, we need you. We need the faith community. When I was in high school, I would volunteer at my church 5 days a week, and I saw the power that the church and the faith can provide a community, the power and supports that it could provide. Right now with my organization, Citizens Power Network, we go to churches to register people to vote because this is where people show up. This is the gathering place. This is one of the pillars of the community. The same way the school district needs you to help facilitate some of this information. Barrier Rescue Mission had a backpack giveaway for students, and they needed help with outreach. The churches are where I went when I started handing out these flyers to inform people of this great opportunity for our students. So we need to strengthen our partnership as community organizations between the district and the church to ensure that we're really reaching our parents, our students, and our community members in every way that we can. Right now, the school district isn't doing the best job of it, so we need you to help us get there. When I was 9 years old, my grandfather told me that a great leader is one that studies justice. So when I went on to UC Berkeley, years later, I studied moral philosophy, and I concluded that a just society is an educated society. And an educated society requires a just education system. So what does justice look like in our district? Justice is when we start listening to our students and treating them like human beings. I love telling this story. So my fiance in the back, she's a teacher at Kennedy High School, and she had a student that walked out in the middle of a lesson. So instead of her just like suspending him or writing him up, she went out and asked, "Why'd you walk out?" And he said, "Well, because I can't see the board." And she said, "You can't see the board?" He goes, "Yeah, I can't see the board." So she says, "Well, can I move you over here?" And he says, "Yeah, that'll work." How many times was that student written up for defiance? How many times was that student not listened to when really all they needed to do was see the board? So justice in our schools is listening to our students and really treating them like the human beings that they are. So to answer the first part of the question, I went from being a Richmond renter in the Iron Triangle to being a Richmond homeowner in Coronado. At the age of 21, I'm now a homeowner. Now back to the tougher question. So my campaign slogan is leading through empathy. And I firmly believe that when parents and grandparents send their students to charter schools, it's because they want what's best for their child. So that's why as a school board member, being on the governing board of the district schools, I feel that that means that my job is to improve our district schools so that way parents who remain in our district schools feel that they're also receiving the greatest education that they can receive. And that's what I feel I want to do. So every single time I see a charter petition, I see it as a sign that we're failing. It means that every parent that signs that petition feels that at some point, one way or another, we failed their child. And I don't want to see that happen anymore. I want to see our district schools improving to the point where all of the parents want to go to our district schools. Thank you. That's out of time. In case I run out of time, what I think the 3 things that we need to close the achievement gap are universal preschools, early childhood intervention programs, and paying our teachers to run after-school programs and tutoring. So the first one, universal preschools. Before their 3rd child, my parents sacrificed my mother's income so that way she can stay home with us and educate us, basically. Before going into school, before going into preschool at the age of 3, I knew how to read and write. But the sacrifice was that I had to wear jackets to go to bed because we didn't have any heat. I met a mother the other day, and she's a single mom. She has a 4-year-old, and I asked her, what do you think we need to improve our school district? And she said, universal preschools, because I'm afraid that my child's not going to succeed because I can't afford to put him in a preschool program. She said all the free preschool programs that we have here are already full. So if we really want our students to succeed right from the age of 3, 4, 5 years old, we need to make sure that we have preschool programs available for free to all of the residents of the district. Thank you. I'll try to answer the questions quickly. So do I believe in parent school choice? Yes. Around school resource officers, I've actually sat down with the CSOs, I've sat down with SROs, I've sat down with parents, I've sat down with students to hear what's really been going on and really getting that feedback. When parents were first concerned about school resources officers, I hosted a town hall because I wanted to hear what are people thinking. So if you want to know my opinions, it's that I feel that we need them for safety, but at the same time we also need to ensure that they have the right training to be around our students. What was the 3rd question? Well, you could come to me after about the 3rd question. Thank you. And so my campaign, we're very open. Every Monday here in Richmond, we have office hours from 1 to 2:30 at my own home. Come by if you have any questions. Every Friday, we're in Pinole, same time, 1 to 2:30. Every day I'm door-to-door knocking. Every weekend, I'm also door-to-door knocking. And what I'm trying to achieve here is I'm trying to show future candidates as well that we need somebody on the board who's out in the community and who's listening. And that's who I hope to be on the school board. Thank you.